Is here. Well, guys and gals, whoever watches. Um, so today I thought it'd be nice to do some theory crafting on best in slot for the insect glaive. Now, excuse me. It obviously depends on which insect glaive tree you go down. For me, myself, I went down the Pookie tree all the way. Have been since the start. It's just been easy that way. I really haven't found anything that's not affected by poison, even to a minimal degree. Like sometimes it's just like 5 damage a tick, but that's still something. Not saying by any means that's the best. Probably not. Doesn't matter in that regard, because it was just to get through the story and stuff. And I'm about to actually branch out to other equipment options and stuff like that. So I thought it'd be a great time to do some insect glaive best in slot theory craft, show you what I'm using, show you what I'm thinking as my next setup, and you can put your thoughts in the comments down below or while I'm streaming, because I always stream on YouTube. Most of the time nobody's watching, which is fine, because the videos get posted immediately afterwards, and it's easier doing it that way than like streaming on Twitch. You have to download it, redo it, and then upload it to YouTube. Not looking to get anything out of this. This is more for I really enjoy the game. I would love to see more people with quality information out there regarding the game. You look at a lot of stuff, and even people that normally YouTube, you're doing a really crappy job of getting the kinds of quality information out there on how to do different things that I would like to see. And I say this coming from the perspective that, I got the game, on release day, immediately rushed out there and, just powered through everything that I could anytime that I ran into stuff. I'm kind of like a completionist. Right now, I'm... we can look at my trophies for a second, just to show you, wow, good card much, just to show you, like, where I'm standing with these trophies. I'm at 60%, and I'm trying to power through all of them, obviously. This one's a pain in the butt, just because I have to spam people in matchmaking to get their guild cards. I'm only 2 away from 50. Alright, but just completed 50 investigations earlier or whatever. Haven't done any of the arena stuff yet. But I've been going through this trying to get it all. I actually have fun trying to hunt all these pets. I'm just missing, I think, from what's been discovered so far, only 4 or 5. And I can actually show you guys in the video one day, where to find that stuff, show my house, or the pets in my list of house, and where I believe I got most of, I remember all of them except for maybe the gold hercadrome, but I'm pretty sure I found mine in Ancient Forest, and everybody else is saying they're in the Wildspire. That's fine, but I'm 110% sure I found mine in Ancient Forest, because I found it just after I found the Prism one. And also if you speak to the Endemic Life researcher, they tell you about the gold hercadrome within the Ancient Forest, saying that it only appears like in the dawn. That's a side tangent. It's not what we're here for. Here for equipment stuff. Anyway. So, I'm about to branch out to other stuff. I'm just trying to get my 1 million Zenny. I'm at like 630,000. But let's take a look at what I'm using right now. Is the Datura Blade 3. Obviously a good poison stat. Gem slots. It's got a tier 2 and a tier 1. The Kinsect bonus is a health boost. Now, that could be one of two things. That could be like the health restored from the green insect buff. Could be more, which I doubt that's what it is. Or it could give you more HP to start off with. Oops. More HP as in your regular health bar. Because there's one also called Stamina Boost. But... it would actually be pretty easy to confirm that, if that's how that works, just because I could unequip it to something else and see if my HP drops. Oh, look at that. Already theory crafting. Anyway, but it's got 527 base attack. What I would like to show you guys is what I'm currently wearing, so that you guys can see this. Alright. So, what I run with is the Rathalos set, or Rathalos set, however you want to perform it. Or perform it, well. Pronounce it. There we go. It has the exploit weakness exploit, which, so if there's a part that's weak on the enemy, and by weak spots, if you look in your monster notes, and I'll show you in a second what that actually pertains to, there are certain spots considered weak on a monster that if you hit, you get a 50% bonus to crit, which is affinity. It's your crit rate. There's another separate skill called Crit Boost that actually boosts the crit damage that you do, and that might be something that I look into gemming into later. For right now, I haven't been worried about that. I'll have to figure out something about that later. Still farming gems and stuff. But I have a tier 6 attack boost, so I could gem for one more and get the full bonus, but it's only 3 attack. I still get the 5 affinity. Really, you only have to go to level 4 if you want the most out of attack. And I say that because if, for say, your equipment already came with, a level 4, you don't want to have to waste your 3 gem slots to get, to level 7, because you'd be better off maybe getting weakness exploit if your gear doesn't have that, or critical boost, which is a fantastic skill, because it will increase your damage by 40% at tier 3, and we can look at that actually if you talk to the Forge person. You can go to Forge Equipment, and you can, if you see, press R3 and you can go to Sort, and you can go to Skills, and here's all the skills, right? So there's one that's Critical Boost right here that increases damage dealt by critical hits by 40% at level 3. You only really need level 1, and that's a 30% boost. That's a huge boost right there. So even if you only gemmed 1 slot into that, that is a 30% increase in your critical damage, depending on your affinity. So if your affinity is a solid 50%, just as an example overall, that would boost your overall damage by 15% if the 50% crit rate held true, right? Because 50% of the time you would be doing 30% more damage. Something to think about. So that's why I would say skills like this are probably more important than just stacking attack once you get the affinity bonus. You could actually put points to critical eye too, but so another skill that I'm really partial to and I thought was awesome is not latent power. Nope. Actually, Fortify is good if you find yourself dying a lot, but where is it? Aha! There we go. Maximum might. Now, I say this because if you notice, most of the time when you're attacking, your stamina pretty much stays at full, right? At least with the insect glaive, if you stay on the ground. Once you start jumping in the air, that's when your stamina starts dropping. But 30% active all the time. That's crazy. And for 3 slots. Now, I don't know if there's a gem for this, and I'm hoping there is. I haven't run across it yet. But that would be real good. But my second set actually will utilize that skill from the Nergiganti set. And we can look at that down here. I believe I have everything unlocked. I haven't seen... Actually, there's a butterfly set, supposedly, that I don't know where to find. But that could have been just, misinformation online. But, yeah. So the helm and the pants... I actually specifically went out and farmed the Nergiganti gem for the helm. And I believe that I will not do that attack boost one, but I will do this one for the extra gem slot, and that's because for the reason I specified before. Like that 3 attack, if I already managed to get my level 4 in attack boost, there's no reason for me to actually try to go more in that. Because a 30... so if I get the critical boost gem, and that's all speculation if the gem actually exists. I just hit Hunter rank 49 last night, and right after this video I'm going to make another one that shows me doing the tempered Kirin. So, and they'll be back to back, so basically I'll just turn off this session, which will load that video up into YouTube, and then I will start on the other one, so you can see actually the damage that I do on this. And I fully expect Kirin to kick my butt, only because my armor is weak to lightning. So yeah. Alright, but yeah, maximum might, fantastic skill. And so that's definitely something to take into consideration when you're doing this. Right now, I use my belt as kind of like a switcheroo slot. It's just whatever I need at the time. Right now, obviously, I'm using attack boost. Stamina surge could probably be done without. Like, I could use the one that has the extra gem slot and put whatever I want in there. I forget why I had that in the first place. I think there was a particular fight. Oh yeah, it's to help me with my jumps, because it recharges my stamina faster. And there are some times where I need to be in the air more than I would like to if I'm trying to break a specific part, specifically the wings of certain types of creatures. Now you'll notice that my charm is not attack damage related at all, and because like any good RPG game, you need to balance yourself. You can't turn yourself, well, you can turn yourself into a glass cannon if you can dodge like crazy, but you do need at least what's called one defensive item. Alright, and so that's my Divine Blessing, and this reduces damage by 50% whenever it procs. While active, reduces damage taken by 50%. I don't know what causes it to proc, but it procs all the time. And if it turns out to be something stupid like taking too much damage, well then, more power to me for having that up too often. So yeah, right now I'm running the Gilly and the Vitality Mantle. You can actually change that based on whatever. Let's see. So if you'll notice that my weapon doesn't actually fit this gear at all, just because like I don't put any poison boost or anything like that in. So what I was planning on doing, because like I said, I was just using it as a temporary weapon, and my next tree, or next thing that I was thinking about doing, because I am going to be a complete insect glaive nerd and have all these completely filled out and have armor sets built around them. And the next one I was going to do is, I've already got an LM up Charm 2. It only goes up to 2, which I didn't know at the time, but I should have, because it says it at the top, and I'll show you where. But I wanted to go into the Chrome Blade 2 for the Blast and the Sever Boost. And the armor set that I was thinking of doing with that is the following. And I'll explain it, obviously, because otherwise what would be the point. And if you guys have any speculations, ideas, or whatever, you can feel free to leave it in the comments, or if you happen to jump on and listen to me rambling right now, you can let me know what you think. But, so, blast attack, need that, because I want the gem slot, that. Now, I heard somebody say that Bombarder works with blast damage as well, even though the description clearly says increases the damage of explosive items. Like, I would think like mega barrel bombs, stuff like that, slinger bombs. So that's something to test out. But you only need a 3-piece set. No, I was not going to do the helm. Don't listen to me on that. Blast damage is easy to come by. I was going to do these 3 right here, okay, in the center. And then I was going to go down here to Nergiganti. And I was going to do that. And that. What was I going to do? Agitator? Active. Yeah. Grants +4 attack. Increases infinity by 3 whenever they're enraged. They seem to get pissed at me a lot, so yeah. So I think I was going to do that, actually. And more skills in Agitator later is 20%, 20 attack and 15% crit. And the reason for that is the more crit, the better for this particular build. And that is because if we look at Zora Magdagross's mastery here, increases abnormal status effect damage. It's paralysis. Wow, come on. Poison, sleep, and blast when landing critical attacks. Now, as I was explaining earlier, maximum might, when you have full stamina, is an automatic 30% infinity. So yeah, 30% crit rate on this guy. Whenever they enrage, you could probably get more points than that. You know, if this was maxed out, there would be a 45% infinity whenever they're upset. You can even go one step further and gem Critical Eye. Which I'm pretty sure they would have a gem for Critical Eye. And, oh yeah, this is nice too, because you get that Fortify if you do happen to go down. But obviously that doesn't leave me a defense item, because this charm will be switched out for my LM2, which draws out 100% of hidden element and expands the clip size for most ammo. But that would make it a full 270 blast weapon. And I was going to test that out. And I was also going to switch out my Kinsect to... I already started working on it. I was going to do this one? Yeah, this one right here. Even though I was looking at everything, and there was one down here that was just... I thought would have been better. Was it this one? No. The mind of a genius. Maybe it was that one. Yeah, because I was gonna... Oh. That one. Anyway, I was looking at power and speed. That's what you would want. So this one would actually be the best option for that. So I'm not exactly sure how those work, but I'm pretty sure that's how fast the creature is and how much damage it does. And then the heal is just how much health it returns. Wow, how much health it returns when it comes back. So yeah. And obviously the faster it is, the more attacks it does, and the more essence it can pull from the monster. But yeah, anyway, I was going to try this one, because I'm also going to have all these as well. So, you know, by the time I hit Monster Hunter rank 100, it's going to be crazy. Because I'll know everything and anything you need to know about the insect glaive. Alright. So that was my next build, and something to consider. And like I said, you can sort through the skills. If you just want to see what all the skills do, this is also a good way as well. Just by hitting the sort button and going through here. And all these attack ones are pretty easy to come by because you can meld them at earlier levels. Let's see. Was there anything else that would add crit to that particular build? That would... if I can find this as a gem, that'd be awesome. This as well, if this can be found as a gem, that'd be great. Because then potentially I could have it up to 80% whenever I'm attacking weak areas. Yeah? Like I said, latent power is really not that good. And the reason why is because the effect that triggers that is you have to have like take 180 damage within a certain amount of time. Or so basically near kill yourself for it to trigger. It won't trigger if you're actually dead. More stacks in Agitator, be good. Like I said, we want to focus crit with that particular build. And that's to maximize the Zora Mandragora's bonus. And I think that I was good in my skill selections for that. Like I said, this is something I gotta test. I'll let you know if it increases the damage or not. As for right now, I haven't really tested that. And I don't want to tell you, oh, that's what you should go, when I don't know. Don't want to be one of those people. Obviously, the best skill in the game. No, I'm just kidding. Don't listen to me. Affinity slating. I mean, that might be fun. I think I've seen this gem, actually. I think I might own one of these gems. Now, that'd be crazy if you can get these special bonuses as, like, higher up stuff. But after I do this level 49 assignment quest, or hunter rank 49, not level, I should unlock being able to augment my gear to increase attack and stuff like that. So that'll be nice. So these are all things to consider when you're building around increasing your damage. Is first decide what kind of weapon you want to use. Really, that's up to you. I mean, what kind of damage you want to do. If you're looking for the best in slot overall, that's something like I won't know until later. That's because like I said, I'm doing trial and error. My next build with that blast thing, I think, is going to be fantastic. But this game is really good about things being there's no one universal set, okay? And that's why you have this option in the box here. When you go to change equipment, you have different sets that you can load up. So obviously I have the full Xeno set that I was just goofing around with and just testing. It has a crap ton of gem slots, so I'm excited about that. But like I said, I haven't found anything to really utilize it. This is, what I'm currently using. And then, say my blast set I'll probably put here. But most of these monsters, and I told you I'd show you that as well, for these hunter notes. Most of these monsters have weak, so his head is a weak point, right? That's different than not all breakable parts are weak points, right? So you can even see on him, his head, weak point. His claws, they're breakable, not a weak point. But that's just something to take account. Bareth, head, not a weak point, but breakable. His hands, a weak point. His tail, a weak point. So the weak points are where you actually get the increased affinity for weakness exploit. So you just really have to know your monster and where you can attack him. Now, the bad boy that I'm going to be going after is Kieran. And really the only place you can hit him is you can hit him anywhere you want. More power to you. But the head is the only area where you do a lot of damage. And besides, you want to break that horn. That horn is like his rare Azure horn thing. You don't see the high rank tier loot for it. I mean, I've already got it, obviously, in order to get the Elm rank 2 charm. But the horn, you can only get one if it's not an investigation. an investigation. It has a chance to give you more in the extra rewards and stuff. But yeah, this is going to be the sucker I'm going after right now. Well, after this video. I'll just stop recording and then immediately start re-recording. So I can have 2 different videos, so the length doesn't go on too much. But so these are all things to consider. Is once you start building your weapon, choose armor that benefits the type of damage that you choose and what you're going for. So my Rathalos set actually has 2 cool bonuses. It increases elemental damage when landing critical hits. So this would be a good one to, you could 2-piece this right here just for that. And then go for Nergigante's 3-piece, or is it 3-piece? Yeah, you go for his 3-piece if you wanted to, and have 2 pieces from there. Just make sure you get maximum might, or you can mix and match. Find the skills that would benefit that. So obviously, weakness exploit is what I would take from the Rathalos one, and then I would try to get maximum might from. Let's see where these pieces are. Yeah, so I could do chest. Oh, look at that. There's shoes as well. Whereas the Nergi, it's the feet and the helm, and this is the chest and the legs as well. But there's other gear that has a weakness exploit. You could build a set around it. Like you could have 1 floating piece. Like I use my belt to switch out. So if I go to fight Valhazic, I switch out the belt to the one that reduces damage from whatever that effluum gas is. So this is a game. I may not know how to pronounce everything, and that's okay. Just because I am bad pronouncer does not mean I am bad pronouncer. Probably. Anyway, so with that being said, I hope you guys found this information useful. If there's any questions that you have, if you guys found me unclear, I know I kind of branched out on some tangents there, and that probably can get confusing. Still getting into this. I'll probably rewatch this later and go, "What were you doing? What were we talking about, Rome? Who are you?" But takeaways from this: forge equipment. Go to whatever. Pick your sort button, which is R3 on a PS4. Go to skills. Great way to see what skills are out there, what set bonuses are at the very end. Okay, choose those skills and armor pieces based on what type of weapon and the weapon damage you decide to go with. Try to leave yourself with 1 defensive item. My blast set leaves me as a glass cannon, and I fully expect to die a bunch. I'm going to have to figure out some gems to avoid eating dirt all the time. So I'll let you know how that goes, obviously later on. But the next video will show you, how I do against Kieran, the tempered version. So if you didn't already know, tempered versions of monsters are like the beefed up stat version of the high-ranking ones. And you first unlock this when you beat the game and hit Hunter rank 29. They give you a quest to fight 2 Basil Geist, or Basil Juice, or Beetlejuice as I like to call them, because if you just think about their name 3 times, they show up out of nowhere. It's a joke from the movie. But alright, so hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, you liked it, you hated it, let me know. Okay, thanks for watching.